Hello, thank you so much for tuning in to Natalie Levin Astrology for Saturday, June 6th, 2020. I'm Natalie, and I am here to tell you a little bit about the very interesting and emotion provoking astrology of what is happening right now, the energies. Oh my goodness, it's so much. You know, we just had an eclipse yesterday. Friday, we had an eclipse, and the eclipse was in Sagittarius, and it was a lunar eclipse. So that is around emotions and around the energy of Sagittarius is energy of travel, immigration, people from other countries. It is also energy around truth and nature and our feelings about all of that, and also teachers, who is the teacher, who is not a teacher. However, that eclipse was opposing, which is a tension-filled energy, Gemini, and Gemini is polarized. It is we have energy on one side and energy on the other, and never the twain shall meet. And we live in a dualistic universe right now. Our universe is not able, when we are in human form, it is very challenging to remember that we actually are all connected. So the energy of duality and polarization is, to put it mildly, incredibly up for us as a society right now and as a species. I am unsurprised by all of the polarization we're seeing in the way people are feeling about, I'm seeing it in anything, you name it. It could be global warming, it could be vaccines, it could be racist, or am I racist or not? Different color people, do they, what do they like? What is it like to be them? It's so many, any subject right now that you bring up is going to bring so much incredible passionate feeling for people, and it's usually hard to land in the middle and honor that there might be more than one way to look at things with this energy happening. And the eclipses magnify the feelings. Eclipses also, Anne Orderly says that they are an energy of popping something. So there's a tension that's been building and building and building, and then it pops. So I am unsurprised as well that the protests began during the week of the eclipse. You know, it's like, oh, we've had enough. We've had enough, and now there's protests all around the country. It's very, very big emotions. Mercury, which is how we communicate and how our minds work. Mercury is in Cancer, which is it's tender and sensitive. So the way we communicate is infused with feeling. We are also having, with the eclipse, we have experienced Mars, which is the warrior, but also martial law, the military. Mars is the angry red planet. Mars is squaring, which is again a challenging energy, the eclipse points, which are in Gemini, 15 degrees of Gemini and 15 degrees of Sagittarius. So Mars in Pisces at 15 degrees, this was yesterday, making a direct T-square, which is a lot of tension. Imagine that these already polarized energies are then infused with the energy of the angry planet, the military, martial law. So how can we turn, the thing about that Rick Levine says about Mars, Rick Levine, he's another amazing astrologer, that is about Mars and Pisces, is that you could take that and turn it into incredible connection to spirit, like being a spiritual warrior. I don't really know what that looks like. It's probably different for everyone, but that is an opportunity happening right now. Again, for me, I feel that it's incredibly it's an amazing opportunity to dive more deeply into the idea that I am a spirit having a physical experience in this lifetime. I also invite you to remember that we still have, for what will feel like forever, the nature of Pluto and Saturn transits is that they feel like they're never going to end. We have those transits happening for all of us right now, and those planets are retrograde. So Pluto, which is bringing out all of the shit that we don't want to look at, from it's vermin that actually I think that we honestly don't know how deep this goes, all of this, like this big reveal that's happening, this big disclosure. I think that as we continue to be here on planet Earth for the next few years, we're going to hear and see even more things that make us say, what? Wait, and I don't understand. How can this be? Like, yeah, let's pretend, just for argument's sake, that you learn that the moon is actually a satellite, that an extraterrestrial race placed there for us to monitor us and keep us in some sort of a rhythm. Just pretend. What would that feel like to receive that information? Talk about paradigm shifting. So something akin to that is continuing to bubble up and come out, I think, with this Pluto transit in Capricorn, the disintegration of systems. We also have right now the energy of our collective wounding, which is Chiron at 8 degrees of Aries, is squaring, challenging energy, tension-filled energy, Mercury. So the way we communicate is infused with our wounds, our collective wounds. It's a very, very intense time to be human. And I want to honor that you're all still incarnate. That's amazing. And I want to say that today the moon is still in Sagittarius. And as the moon is in Sagittarius, it is actually right now opposing, which is, again, a challenging energy. I have to rub my eyes when I talk about this. A challenging energy to our South Node collective. So our collective South Node is like our stuff that we have not dealt with is really being asked to come up and for us to look at it. And I would venture to say, for me, that the way that I could work to heal society is to look very closely at my own shadow. Where am I stuffing things down and not looking at them? Where am I stuffing down the ways that I am racist when I walk down the street? Where am I stuffing down the ways that I am not helping the planet? Where am I not looking at those parts of myself? And to actually start to look at them and bring them to light. We also, today is, again, Saturday, and we have the sun in Gemini at 16 degrees, and it is directly squaring Mars at 16 degrees of Pisces. And again, that is for me, it's an angry, irritated, irritable energy. With this kind of an aspect happening in the heavens, I would invite you to wait and pause before opening your mouth. My fantasy is that it would be hard to access the highest vibrational expression, or the expression of your feelings that would be most helpful in the moment. It's possible with this Mars squaring the sun energy that we would feel more apt to express anger, perhaps in a damaging way today. It is, again, Saturday. It might be going on from until tomorrow and the day after as well, because it's called the orb, the amount of degrees that Mars will be in a square with the sun is going to be still pretty tight. That's a lot, everything I just said, and it's only the tip of the iceberg. And if you feel like you would like to know more about how these energies work in your chart, I would invite you to reach out to me. If you happen to be a person who's not in Caucasian skin right now in this lifetime, and it moves you to reach out and see how these energies are working with your personal chart, I would be happy to work with you on a very, very, however it works for you. If it doesn't, I would be happy to even see what it's like for you to receive the gift of one of like a half-hour session with me, see what that's like. And if that does not feel appropriate for you, I understand. So I wanted to offer that out, and I'm holding you all in my heart, and I'm thinking of you, and I'm sending you love. I'm so thrilled you chose to incarnate with me. And if you feel moved to, I invite you to like, subscribe, or share this video. Okay, I'm thinking of you so much. Take good care.